Hello and welcome back to Around the Block. Hope you're all doing well today and looking forward to today's episode. Another episode with Slavia Prague, the team we've joined after leaving RB Leipzig after we won the Bundesliga over there. We just want to explore a little bit more of Europe before we move on to a different save very shortly. Now, we joined last time, we had a look at the team and we played the Czech Slovakian Super Cup, which is the winner of the Czech Cup versus the winner of the Slovak Cup, and we lost some penalties because that's all we seem to be able to do on all saves. You know, this save, the Arsenal save, Champions League, this random cup, the Community Shield as well. We keep losing penalty shootouts and I'm just not very good at them, so I'm not very confident if we have to come up in penalty shootouts, and we could have one today as we take on Vojvodina over two legs in the Europa League playoff round. Win it, we get through to the group stages. Lose it, I think that's as out of everything. It could be Europa Conference League, I'm not entirely sure. Hopefully we won't have to find out. We've also got a league game squeezed in the middle as well, but we have played some league games since you guys were last here, and actually I can't quite believe this team only came third last season in the division, because we are dominating it so far. We have played 6 league games, won 5, and we've drawn one of them, which we shouldn't have drawn, but we have done. Either way, we started off with a 3-0 victory over Bohemians. Diamande scoring a brace with Fucus scoring a penalty in that one. He's a player that I don't think you've met yet. Maybe, I can't quite remember. Either way, right winger. Obviously names, we'll learn them as we go on, so there's a few names that maybe you're not quite familiar with, but you'll get to know them either way. In the second game we played against Brno, Sabalak scored a goal in that one. He's our sort of backup left winger that I don't think you've met before either, but he's our backup left back. Diamande also got one, and then a defender called Kamil Kavankara got a header as well. He scored a header. I like him because actually the only left-footed centre-back we've got, so he'll probably get quite a bit of game time, despite not being the best centre-back we've got. Because he's left-footed, we'll probably get a lot of game time on that left-hand side of defence. He's a pretty decent player. We signed him before I joined for £3.2 million, which is quite a lot of money, so we need to get our money's worth from this guy. The game afterwards, we played a team called Seski. Seski something, I can't pronounce that second bit, so we'll just call them Seski, and we won 5-0. We got a penalty through Dagnoko, who's our right back. Lenigel scored as well, obviously the centre midfielder that we brought in. Kavos scored one. He's a backup centre midfielder, but he's 19 years old. Is very, very good potential-wise, so that's good to see. He'll do quite well for us. Neneka got one for us. He's meant to be our first choice right winger, but was injured for last episode. He didn't see him or suspended, one of the two. Either way, he's playing for us now and looks very, very good. He got one of those goals. And Thomas Valek, who's our other first choice centre-back, he also managed to score a goal as well, which was pretty decent. So a 5-0 victory there as we get to know some more of these players. A 3-0 win in the next game against a team called Karvina. Again, I don't know if they're any good or not. We beat them 3-0. Dagnoko with a penalty. Hasek got one, who is a centre midfield. He's a winger. He's our first choice winger. I think we have met him before. And then Nenenka got another one as well. We then played Pibrum with Hasek scoring one, Nenka getting one, and Dagnoko getting one. Dagnoko scoring all the penalties. He seems to have pretty good penalty attributes. If we've got only 8 penalty taking, but apparently that's the best in the entire squad. So we're getting a bit lucky with him scoring plenty of penalties. And then last time out, we had a 1-1 draw with Diamande scoring the goal. So a bit longer to go through all these fixtures, but I'm just trying to introduce you to some of these players and some of the regular goal scorers. Today, it's Vojvodina in the Europa League playoff places. A team that we have played before when we were manager of Partizan. We beat Vojvodina. They're a decent team, to be fair. They have done well in recent years, finishing as high as second one year, but usually finishing third, fourth. So they're a very good team in Serbia, probably a bit better than us, I would say, although we are being given favourite status here by the bookies, which is quite nice to see. This is the lineup then for today's fixture. I think we've met all these players, I would say, for the most part. Kornisek is in goal, obviously. Jimenez on left back, Vankara at centre back alongside Vlek and Dagnoko at right back. I don't think you've met Philip, we'll call him Philip, that's just a lot easier. Philip, he's a backup attacking, well, in fact he's our backup defensive midfielder. One, because if we can find him, Juan Morales has got an injury. He's just come back from the Gold Cup in North America and he's got injured in that, so he can't play for us right now. And our other backup CDM, this guy, Aguirre, I think is how you pronounce his name, Colombian, has been injured for quite a long time and is going to be injured for another 5 months or so. He's got damaged cruciate ligaments, so out for another 5 months. We might not even get to see him properly, to be fair, this guy, which is a bit unfortunate, but there he is. The two very good midfielders that we've got, of course, Lenny Gel and Laria in the middle, Hazak on the left-hand side, Nenenka on the right-hand side, and Diamande as our advance forward. That's the team. I think we know most of this starting 11 now, but again, as more players come on the pitch, we'll get to know them. So, kickoff is upon us here today. It's the away leg first and foremost, so we need to make sure we get a good result against them. Also, a very quick plug, we are streaming every single day this week at 4 PM UK time, so set your diary and alarm for tomorrow at 4 PM UK time, that's BST, because we need to get as many people in the streams as possible. I keep putting the videos out as well as we go live as well, which is very important. I think people, that gets a few people into the videos as well, into the streams, which is quite good. But we need to make sure we keep hitting 75 average viewers across this week to have a chance of getting partner, which brings some benefits to you and me on the streams, which is very good. So make sure you get into the streams this week. It would be very much appreciated. It would help me out massively. And we've not scored the first goal of the game. I thought we were in the Reds. Particularly because the red kit is the exact same as our kit, the red and white half bits there, but it's not. Vojvodina get the opening goal here, which is very unfortunate. We're in the black away kit, which is a bit of a shame. I got very excited when I saw red and white shirts and red text scoring, but it wasn't for us. Instead, let's say get creative, and hopefully we can score from this corner as Larea can't quite get on the end of it. Vlek on the edge of the area into Hazak across to Lenny Gel. Lenny Gel, we know what he can do. He did it all the time at Puskás Academy, and that was create goals, probably. Something along those lines as Jimenez. Go on, lad. In the middle. Can't quite get it in there, but Laria puts it into Nenenka, who can't score. He's been very good, Nenenka. I keep saying his name slightly differently. Nenenka. I think it's just Nenenka. I think I keep saying Nenenka, but it's just Nenka, I think. This is always the worst part of joining a new club. It's just the difficult names to try and pronounce and learn. It's a bit difficult to form a bond with everyone once we've already had bonds with other players at other clubs and things like that. When it's a single club save, it's easy. You only get 1 or 2 new people in every single season or so. It's in the first team. With this sort of savers, Hornacek makes a really, really good save there. Annoyingly, we are dominating this game so far. 9 shots to 3 shots, 4 on target, they're 2 on target, and yet we are the team losing. If we can just get an away goal, that would be absolutely fantastic. The amount of shots we've had, we should be scoring goals. The amount of goals we've scored in the previous league fixtures as well. Really, we should be scoring more and not conceding as Vojvodina go 2-0 up now. You hate to see it, lads. This is not a great start, I must say. Let's say show some passion out there. I think we might have to change our attacking midfielders a little bit as well. Let's at least get Hazak off the pitch and bring Sablik on. He's done quite well, Sablik, when he's come off the bench. So we'll give him a run out there. But the thing is, we've not got a huge amount of quality on the bench. Now, Zazula, let's give him a go. Okay, he's got 14 finishing. It's a lot better than what the 8 has that Diamande has. So let's get him on and see what he can do. But he's just not as good in other areas. So just hope that he gets a chance to have a one-on-one. He might score that one-on-one with his good finishing and things like that, and good dribbling and first touch and whatnot. If I'm honest with you, I just don't think we're going to be winning it as it stands right now. You know, we need a special second leg to get this back in our favour. And as the clock ticks down, despite having the domination of possession and shots, we couldn't win. We lose it 2-0. It's a crying shame. Luckily for us, I have just double checked this just in case. Losers qualify for the Europa Conference League, or Euro Cup 2 as it's known in Football Manager. So at least we'll be in something if we end up losing this. And actually, I think we might have a good chance of winning the Europa Conference League. We won it with CSK Moscow back in the day. Back in 2027-28, that's a long time ago now if we beat Marseille in the final. Marseille went on to win it and lose again in the final, and Slovan Bratislava got there last season, so actually losing to them last time out in the Czech-Slovak Super Cup, whatever it's called, may not have actually been that detrimental or that bad, because if Slavia Prague can get to a European final, then that needs to mean they're pretty decent. I tell you what, I wouldn't actually mind being in that competition. You know, I wouldn't mind if we lose to Vojvodina, because I genuinely think we'd end up, you know, I think we had a good tie against, we had a good game. In fact, we almost won that game against Slovan Bratislava. So if we do get knocked into that, maybe there's a chance actually we could go on to win it. I mean, I'd back us to go far in the Europa League if we get there, but Europa Conference League is genuinely something we could win. In the meantime, we've got a league game coming up, so we'll make a few little changes to the team for that one just to rest and rotate a little bit. I know a lot of people in the comment section yesterday were asking about Andrei Shitijel. I did try to get him to come to the club. He just wasn't interested. I think he's had his taste of CSK Moscow and RB Leipzig and realises that maybe Slavia Prague are too small for him or something stupid like that. But he wasn't that keen on coming, so we'll keep trying to get him, but it's not looking promising for Andrei Shitijel right now. In terms of changes to the team, Vankara can come off because he's tired, so we'll give Pedro Gomez his first full debut for this one. Jose Morales isn't quite fit enough, so we'll leave him off for this one. Diamande will come off though for, let's give Fucus a go up front. Again, a pretty solid player, but just not quite getting the rub of the green with me because Diamande has actually been scoring goals in the league, I must say. 6 appearances, 4 goals in the league. It's been pretty decent, but he's been lucky with some of those goals, I must say. And the same with Sablik. He's been a bit unlucky not to get more game time. We'll give him a go for this one instead of Hasek as well. Once we get past the sort of bench players, I don't really know much about these players, so they're just not on my radar. I'm just not playing them, which is a little bit unfair maybe, but I'm trying to sort of just learn the best team possible and some replacements before we get into the nitty-gritty of other players and things like that. But that's the team. Let's go for it and let's get a win. Right, kickoff is upon us here today, and this one should be a routine victory. We've been dominant in the league so far this season, and I fully expect that to continue today as we take on a team that I can't quite pronounce. Malada Boleslav. Well, I don't know what to call half these teams because some of them just look like letters to me. Just letters that don't quite make sense in English. I suppose they're not English, are they? Which makes a lot of sense. But Sablik coming forward either way for us right now on a bit of a run. Gets the ball out to Lenigel. Lenigel out to Dagnoko. Dagnoko back to Lenigel. Lenigel into Nenka. Nenka shoots, can't score the goal. But will the highlight continue as the ball is collected by our defence? Lenigel at the heart of absolutely everything for us. What a ball that is to Sablik though. Sablik can put it across into the middle. Fucus can't quite get it. That's the end of the highlights, I believe, but a good bit of attacking play from us there. Happy with that. I think that's more attacking play we've seen in this, first highlight than we saw in the entire game against Vojvodina, which is a bit unfortunate as Fucus coming forward. Go on, lad. Oh, he can't quite get it in the back of the net, but again, good progress. The team we are playing today are 7th in the table as things stand. I don't think I actually showed you the table. We are top of it right now, as you might expect from 5 wins from 6 games. So we're top of the table with the usual people behind us. If you don't know who the usual people are, from what I've seen throughout this save, the usual people around the top of the table are Slavia Prague, Dulka and Sparta Prague. Victoria Pleasant a bit further down, but the usual top 4, Victoria Pleasant, Dukla, Sparta and Slavia. And the second half is looking much the similar, I've got to say. We're going to take Fucus off and bring Diamande back on because he actually has scored goals. Nenka not playing particularly well, so we'll bring Zezula on that right-hand side. Oh, I've not quite worked out who's meant to be like the proper backup on this side. No one really, that's the thing. We haven't really got anyone who's like proper backup on that side, which is a bit of a shame actually. Maybe Kavkos, can he play there a little better? Let's give it a go anyway. Let's give it a go. He might want to be a winger. No, he doesn't. It doesn't matter. Jimenez not playing particularly well, but we've not got a backup left back either. We need to sort this out a little bit. Although Hasek, wing back left, can he not play there? No, apparently he can't. We'll leave it as it is then. We'll also go attacking as well, and we'll go to get creative out there. Come on, lads. Lenigel with a free kick into the middle. It's headed just wide. All of a sudden, you guys turn up, and we can't get a win for nor love nor money, apparently, which is a bit frustrating. You guys are holding us back right now. When you weren't here, it was all going perfectly well, and now we've given away a bloody penalty. Right, let's see if Hornyset can save penalties in usual normal game rather than just a penalty shootout where he couldn't save a penalty. He didn't even bloody move, and we're 1-0 down. Today's episode's not going well. I guess to an extent, this team, they're just camera shy. They've never had to be on camera before in front of an audience like you lot. And all of a sudden, Kavkos has decided that he's going to step up and score a goal for us. Well done. Thank you. The only shot on target, of course, was that penalty that they've scored, which is very annoying. Despite the 20 shots we've had, 40 shots across 2 games, only 1 goal. We haven't even got a win. Vlek has now picked up an injury at the back, so let's bring on some changes at the back. Today's games, lads. Today's games are not going well. Let's go very attacking. Let's say show some passion. Please score us a goal. No, it's going to be another draw in the league. 2 draws in the Europa League isn't great. At least we are still top of the table and we haven't lost yet on the plus side, but these are games we should be winning. There's only one thing that can cure this, and that's to tell all the players to go home and have a long, hard look at themselves in the mirror. It's not good enough, lads. So Vojvodina coming up next. The plus side is we could win it and have a spectacular comeback to finish off today's episode and go into the Europa League group stages. I guess also maybe a plus side is we then go into a competition where this guy wants a new contract. Doesn't want a new contract in the competition, but we'll give him one because he's not a bad player. Let's do that. We're not going to be here for that long to worry about release fees and things like that or financial implications. Vojvodina, if we lose it, we could be going into the Europa Conference League, a competition we actually do have a good chance of winning potentially. So it's a win-win in some ways, whatever happens. Before I saw that Slovan Bratislava got to the Conference League final last season, I would have said getting into the Conference League was a bit of a disaster. But now that I've seen them get to the final and we nearly beat them and should have beaten them, I genuinely think I'd rather be in the Conference League, actually. So I'm going to go into this game. We'll take Vlek off for Vanka and swap these two over because he's a little bit injured. We'll bring, obviously, Diamande back on. We'll bring Hasek back on as well. That's the full-strength lineup, I believe, from what I can tell. Submit the team. I don't think I mind too much what happens in this one now. So kickoff is upon us and immediately there is a highlight. Vojvodina playing in the white. We're in the red this time. And hopefully we can just get one back. If Vojvodina score an away goal, then it's all over pretty much, I would say, because after they score an away goal, we've then got to score 4 goals. And judging by today's performances so far, there's not a hope in hell we are going to score 4 goals in one single game as it stands right now. Before you guys came along, it was easy. This time, not so much. Lenny Gel on the ball on the edge of the area, but his cross doesn't really go to anyone, unfortunately. Pedro Gomez plays it back to Vanka at the centre-back role, so you have to play it all back to Hornysek in the end, because apparently no other pass was on, which is a little bit annoying. I hate it when they play it back to the goalkeeper, apart from when we do that and score. If we do that and don't score, then it is a bit annoying. Again, though, it's all us right now. 55% possession. We've had more shots. We're doing everything better than the other team, and yet we just can't quite find a way to score the goals. And I can't even blame it on our striker, because our striker has got 4 goals in 6 appearances, or 6 starts, I should say, in the league. So he's not a bad striker. We came close. We kept having bids accepted for Zoltan Horvath, one of the old boys back from Pushka's Academy days. Unfortunately, he didn't want to come here. He's now gone to Stuttgart instead, which I can kind of understand. He'd rather play in the Bundesliga than this league, I would imagine, for a player. So I can see why he's gone there and chose to reject us or not want to talk to us particularly. But it was a little bit of a shame at the same time, as we still haven't scored a goal. We had some loan bids accepted for some, very, very good young strikers. It's just the very, very good young strikers didn't want to come here again. So we're in a bit of an uphill battle to get real big quality players in. We can get some very good players for this division, but when we want to sort of take it up a level above that, we want to get good players in for, a Europa League campaign or something like that. Those players don't really want to come here, unfortunately, as Diamande skies that one as well. So as it stands, well over 50 shots, I think, in today's episode so far, and only 1 goal. It's not a great ratio. The annoying thing is there's loads of highlights. In fact, are we even on key highlights? We're on key highlights, and yet there's so many of them, we just can't score a goal. Oh, we've got one. We've actually got one. Oh my! The one time I'm not looking at my screen today, my phone buzzed over there and I just went to look over to it, and in that time a highlight starts and we score a goal. Lenny Gel, well done. You love to see it. We just need to score 2 more goals to go through. I can't believe that. That's really annoying, but I can guarantee there'll be a goal now, won't there? Hornysek, good save, lad. Very good save. Now, are we going to get on the counter-attack as the highlight does continue? Pedro Gomez to Dagnoko. Dagnoko coming forward. Come on, lads. Laria. Lenny Gel back to Laria, back into Dagnoko, who's made his way up the pitch as the wing-back. Can he get across in the middle? He can. Nearly. He does. Lenny Gel. Oh, unlucky. Unlucky, lads. This is more like it. And as the clock ticks down, it's not happening for us. I can't believe how much we've dominated these 2 legs and still lost. It's not been great, has it, the past couple episodes in terms of results in the games. It's not been great, I will give you that. But on the plus side, we are going to be in the Europa Conference League in a competition that I genuinely think, based on Slovan Bratislava being runners-up last season, we could win. And just before we finish off today's episode, we will be doing the draw for the Europa Conference League. We're one of 12 teams that have been seeded first for the draw, so that's pretty handy. I'm not quite sure there's 12 first seeds, and there's only 8 groups. That seems a little bizarre, but there are some big teams in here. You know, Schalke are in here, CSK Moscow are in there, Galatasaray are in there. That's just the first seeds. Trabzonspor, Leicester are in there, Lokomotiv. There's some big teams in this. So maybe we don't stand a chance of winning. I don't know. We'll have to find out, won't we? We'll have to find out. But we've got a better chance of winning this than the Europa League, I would probably say. So we've been drawn into Group A, which is fairly decent, I guess. Does this mean, though, that we have to have another first seeded team in here, though? Like, are we going to get one of these teams? Not Victoria Pleasant, because we can't be against them. So a Feyenoord and one of these 2 teams that I can't pronounce. Hopefully it's one of the 2 teams that I can't pronounce, because Feyenoord are a decent team. We get Feyenoord. Okay, well, that's a difficult one. That'll be a difficult game, I must say. I do feel like we've been done dirty with this a little bit. And by the same rule, does it mean we also get 2 teams from the second seeds as well? Oh, we've been done dirty here, lads. We've been done so dirty here, I think. So potentially, or a third seed. I don't know I don't even know who's being drawn right now. This is so complicated. I don't know who we're going to get. So let's just find out, shall we? We're going to get Sarajevo. Okay, I think we could do a job against Sarajevo. And then of the 8 teams that are left afterwards, Lokomotiv Moscow, Strasbourg, and then a few teams that I really cannot pronounce. Athletic Pamplona, Athletic Osasuna from Spain. I'd rather not have them. They've got no score in terms of coefficient, but I think they're probably a decent team. You know, one of the teams that I can't pronounce would be good, because that means I've probably not heard of them before, which probably means they're not that good. And we've been given a team that Alashkert. Again, I've not heard of them. They're from Armenia. I think it should be a relatively routine win, that one. You'd hope. So then, our group, we've got Sarajevo, Alashkert, and Feyenoord. Feyenoord are going to be a tricky one, a tricky team. I think we've got a good chance, though. We've got a good chance. We probably won't win the whole competition, though, because the final is at the Friends Arena in Sweden. It's not at the Vasilevsky Stadium, where we've won all of our European trophies, apart from the Champions League that we won with Arsenal on stream. But that doesn't count because it's the Champions League, I guess. But we will be back tomorrow for a 3-game special, because we have got not only the 2 other biggest teams in the lead in Dukla and Sparta Prague, but also the first Europa Conference League fixture as well over in Armenia against Alashkert. So that's going to be a really exciting episode. So thank you ever so much for watching today. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. It feels like it's been a bit of a weird episode, because we keep losing games and I keep mispronouncing everything. So I feel like I'm not in a proper flow. So I feel like it's been a little bit stuttery from me. So I apologise for that, but I hope you guys have still enjoyed it. Of course, if you have done, drop a like on the video for me. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a good one. Goodbye.